Alright, so what's going on, skate community? Today I broke a belt while filming, so I guess I will take this opportunity to show you guys how to change the belt on these Stella S1s from acedeck. So they're kind of basic on every other belt-driven model electric skateboard. You just kind of, if you have protection back caps, just unscrew them with typically a 3. They're hex nuts, very easy. Make sure you keep track of your bolts because you don't want to lose those. Very hard to find your bolts once you drop them because how tiny they are. And it's very easy to strip them out as well. I like to take the whole thing off with the bottom. I take one bolt out and I like to just cut the whole thing and take the whole thing out. And then what I typically do is I'll stick my screws back in here and then just leave them on the board itself. That's the first step. Second step is to get your skate tool and take off your wheel, the wheel that has the broken bolt or the broken belt, not bolt. It's very easy. There's washers behind them, so make sure you don't lose your washers. You don't want to lose your washers, because then that's just a whole nother hassle you have to deal with. Like again, I just stick the bolt up there. Make sure you don't lose these. Those are very important. And just simply pull this out. Make sure you don't lose the washers behind it, so cup your hands behind it. If anything drops, then you can catch it. If not, then you're straight. Just kind of push it back. That's all. Those washers are there just to kind of protect your bearings so you don't like blow them out. These Stella acedecks use the S1 uses the 295 by 5 mil. So easy as this. You just kind of, I like to do it as I just stick this on here like that. Just keep it on there. Make sure you center this up. I have the middle spacer, so easy thing to do is take your key and just stick it in there. And then what I do is just give it some force. You can pull it out to kind of make it more at an angle so you can get it on these back teeth. And then you just kind of stick it in there and you push it in at the same time. Give it a little spin, make sure it lines up right. It's a good time. Well, this would have been a good time. You could take it back off. It only takes 2 seconds. It's a good time to check over your teeth. Make sure you don't got any rocks or anything in there, because that will also mess up your stuff. And make sure there's no rocks in these teeth. So everything's all good. Just kind of stick this back on. Again, use your Allen key, stick that in there, stick this at an angle, stick that back on, kind of spin it, get the full spin, easy as that. Stick your washer back on, make sure you put the flat face. There's two sides to the washer. There's a rounded side and then there's a flat side. You want to put the flat side toward the bearings. And then same with the nut. There's a flat side and then there's a curved side. These are lock nuts, so they lock when you tighten them down. I just give it a quick little twist on the threads with my fingers so I know that it's not cross-threading. Just make sure it's on there even. And then use your skate tool. Just tighten it back on there like this. Very easy. It's literally not even a 5-minute process. You just give it a good tighten and then give it a little loose. Back it out so it spins freely. And then take your bolts out of here, keep them in your hand. Just put one on the Allen key itself. Make sure it don't fall out. Hold it with your fingers and kind of Just stick this where it needs to go, like this. It lines up itself. And then you just do this. It's very easy. Just line it back up and start threading. It's not that hard. Like I said, less than 5 minutes if you're not trying to record. Nice and tight, not over tight, because then when you go to loosen it again, you might strip it. Just make sure you line it up right. Start threading it in. There we go. Boom. Ah, nice. Now your belt is on there nice. You could tighten them if they needed to be tightened. Mine don't need to be tightened. And voila. Now you're back on the road, safe and sound, and you got a brand new belt. And you should check your other belts while doing this too.